Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie.
One of these days, we're going to do a behind-the-scenes film.
Some things in life just make you laugh, and if you tell it, your spouse will get mad at you.
Yeah, that's why it's behind the scenes.
It's all about Odie's spouse, is who we were talking about. Just
She makes me so happy.
does she? I'm so glad to know that. Nothing like your spouse. How long you been married now?
Almost 3 years.
3 years, coming up on it. Y'all got an anniversary? Are you at the point where you're still trying to do big anniversary gifts and things like that?
Not so much gifts, because I buy what she wants all year long.
Okay. So are you planning like a surprise rose petal?
No, can't be a surprise too much. We're going to combo it up. We're going to go on a...
Combo it?
Yeah, we're going to go on a cruise for Halloween, but at the same time... Yeah.
Who does a cruise for Halloween?
Oh, a lot of people. That's big. So you get on the ship and dress up and go to a big Halloween party on the ship.
What did you go dress as, Odie?
I don't know yet. I was thinking about a transmission.
I thought you should say something else.
Now there's probably a few of them on there.
Almost had the big one.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
So good luck with that.
Yeah, so
Mr. Transmission. Odie got his truck back, y'all.
Truck back. Whoop, whoop.
2 years later.
It sure felt like it.
Yeah.
It drives good.
Yeah. You and it have to bond again, don't you?
Yeah, it's a whole nother truck.
It's like getting a new one, isn't it?
I did.
I'm not exaggerating. It has been 2 years.
Oh, me.
Ooh, good morning. It is already Wednesday. I see folks from Stonewall. Lisa's joining us from Stonewall, Mississippi.
Oh, good morning. Good morning.
We do appreciate you so much. Becky is there. Mark, Miss Ruth.
We got a lot of them join us, and I want to say a good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Compton. Mr. Compton, I hope you're feeling better today.
He's getting those green beans up at the hospital, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's something about being at the hospital that you never want to see a green bean again in your life. I still wake up and go, woo.
That's why you don't ever order them at lunch, isn't it?
Never. I mean, it truly turned me against green beans. That's all you get. That's all you have, Scotty Ray. Yeah. I'm like, come on, please. Nope. That's all you have.
Could I have some salt? Nope.
Got
Could I have
nothing.
some slap your mama? Nope.
Nope. Didn't get it. I just kept singing. I thought I was in Johnny Cash's There Ain't No Good Chain Gangs.
You know, when we grew up, me and Charlene grew up, you had to eat everything on your plate.
I remember those days.
Ooh. So one day, Mama will not eat a green bean. Never liked them, so she won't eat them. But just because she don't like them, don't mean me and Charlene wasn't going to eat them. And
forced upon you?
Oh, yes. It didn't matter what she put liver. She put you're going to eat it. I don't care. You will eat it. And we put these green beans in our mouth, and they still had hair on them. And them suckers would walk down your throat. We couldn't eat them. And she said, ain't nothing wrong with those green beans. Well, try one, Mama. Mm-mm. So here we are at 11 o'clock at night.
Still sitting at your plate.
Still sitting at the plate because you couldn't go to bed. Daddy come walking in. What do you two do going up, still doing up? It's school tomorrow. Mama won't let us go to bed. Why? We won't eat these green beans. What's wrong with them? They'll walk down your throat. Mama in there, no, they will not. Daddy got one, put it in his mouth. Y'all go to bed.
Nothing like being saved by your daddy.
You dang right, boy. Y'all go to bed. I can. It took me a while to eat a green bean after that.
Well, I'm done with them for a few years there. I'm on year number 4.
Every time I looked at one, it was a centipede.
I get it. I truly do. What's going to be happening with the weather today? Here's a quick look at what we've got as we glance across today. 77 today. Going to be nice. We get 81 tomorrow as the rain rolls in after lunchtime. And then by Friday, we got some serious weather going on there. Now, again, right here, Thursday night into Friday is when we will get that level 1 situation. Now, again, the worst of the weather is going to be out to our west. It'll be a 1 here. Some hail, severe rain, severe thunderstorms. No mention of tornadoes, but never rule anything out. All this could change in a 24-hour period. But that's where we are right now.
You know, the one good thing about this is we're still expected to get 3 to 4 inches of rain.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
But it's going to be over a 3-day period, not an 8-hour period. And that 8-hour period that we had with that much rain falling really presented us with a lot of flash flooding. We
Sure
don't
did.
expect that much now. But the ground is still full of water, it's still saturated, and we're still going to have some low-lying areas that could see some flash flooding. So that's not all the way out.
Bobby made a comment, and I have not gotten an email on this, so I have no idea what you're talking about, of it being Lauderdale County Meridian Cleanup Day, March 23rd.
I'm going to get with Daniel, and we're going to try and get him on the show.
Is he doing something?
He is working with, what is that? Make America Beautiful. One of those organizations. But yes, there is something coming up. I'm glad you said that, Bobby. And I tell you, Bobby takes care of his whole area and really likes to get out and clean up, not just his little road, but his road leading around Lauderdale County. He says people come to our area and visit, and we want them to come to a clean place. And this is one way we can help with Lauderdale County.
Well, I'm telling you, y'all look at after a bush hog goes down the medium, just how bad it looks here.
What we throw out.
Yeah. And, you know, a big campaign I've been watching there is Eric Clark. They've been doing this in Neshoba County. Inmates have been out picking up. And Eric said, start paying attention to what you do. Do not throw it out. So a big deal going on there in Neshoba County as they try to clean up.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be something that's going to sweep the area. And I tell you, Daniel Mabry has come to work for Lauderdale County as the solid waste manager. And he has done outstanding going around making sure these illegal dump sites are picked up. And let me tell you something. He's backtracking whose trash this belongs to.
He's got specialists that dig in it and find names.
Yes, he does. And they have they found the owners of a lot of these trash cans, and here's your chance. Do you want to clean it up, or do you want us to clean it up? Because if we clean it up, you get a bill.
Rightly so.
You know, so it's really.
I've had a lot of comments
great.
of the road 33rd Street, which is where Harry Mayer is.
Yeah.
Down through there, of a lot of people dumping trash on that road. I've gotten a lot of reports of that. And then somewhere out by Bonita, I've been getting emails on of just people just backing up, throwing it out. Why do you want to do that?
Yeah, come on. It's really not that bad. Take your trash out. It costs you $10, $15 or something to take it to the dump. It's your trash.
That's true.
So, but Daniel's doing a good job, as Austin
when he
says.
gets here, we're going to find out what you can do to your garbage can to make it smell all springy and nice.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, besides washing it every day. we call his call sign is Oscar 1.
Oscar 1, garbologist.
Garbologist.
There you go. On the way, Rachel is going to be joining us. Meridian Little Theatre has something fun coming up.
Yeah, oh, I can't wait.
Odie might need to be a part of this.
I'm going to buy tickets for sure.
There you go. We got this next coming up. We'll tell you all about it as we get this morning underway. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Carl made a good point there that I wanted to address. He said, what about junk cars? Well, Alan Jackson wrote a song about that. It's called Someday. You ask anybody, well, I'm going to fix it up one day.
Yeah.
Don't be touching people's gold mines in their yards.
And if that's your junk car and you don't want it no more, somebody will come pay you $200 to take it off.
There you go. To the crusher it goes.
Yeah.
Don't be touching my Tahoe I got back there in the bushes. I got parts.
If that's their yard.
Angie's always wanting me to move that, but it's it looks so good back there at the wood line.
Yard.
It blends in as dark blue, and I thought it was perfect there.
Adds a little color.
And anytime I need a screw for my other car, I got one.
You just holding it right.
It's the exact same model. That's why I bought it. She doesn't quite understand that.
You got to have a parts vehicle.
There you go. That's what I got.
Need one. I'm going to try and find one, have an extra transmission.
You went ahead and bought a new one. New car, I think. Good morning to you. As we talked about the Meridian Little Theatre, this place right here, let me show you this. This is what's coming up, the Meridian Little Theatre. They got so much going on. It's on Highway 39, and our special guest, Miss Rachel, joins us. Let's flip the cameras to this young lady. How in the world are you doing today?
Doing well, apart from this pollen making its way to my voice.
Ooh,
that thing is taking me out. It does.
Well, you're dressed in green to match it.
Yeah. I know. I'm getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. I'm ready. Feeling very lucky to be here. I really
Look at that.
How many years has the Meridian Little Theatre been doing business now? It's quite a while.
This is the 91st season.
Wow.
91.
Now, if I am not mistaken, you started doing this you were a kid, weren't
Gracious. I think my first show was 2008. So, right out there. And I was born 2003, so.
Wow.
I know. Don't be scared.
She's starting to make us feel old.
Yeah, stage at 5 years old, and that is awesome.
I had my tap shoes on. I was ready to go.
So what do y'all have coming up?
So, we have Murder on the Menu, which is our murder mystery dinner theater. And we have been doing, what a wonderful picture of me. We have been doing these dinner theaters. I mean, since I can remember, I remember my parents going to these for a date night, and it just being, so dramatic. And it just being so much fun, and always so excited, because I was like, one day I'm going to do one of those. But then I went to college, and I thought, maybe I can't. But it worked out. The dates worked out where I could come back and do one.
Oh, yep, Sydney's up there. Yep.
There she is. So what it is it's actually set in a restaurant. So you're there and you're eating, and it's really revolving around you. And it's very, very immersive, and it's like you're in the show. And there are 6 suspects. And we involve the audience a lot. So
I don't guess you're going to tell us who did it yet.
No, but you know what's so great, Scotty Ray?
What's that?
You can get tickets at our box office for the show that's next week, Thursday to Saturday, Scotty Ray.
So it starts a week from tomorrow.
Yes.
Where do you get tickets at? Do you go directly there, do it online? What do y'all do?
So you can call the box office, and that number is 601-482-6371. Or you can go to the box office on Highway 39, and those hours are from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Let me show you that number. Right there is the number there, 482-6371, if you needed that repeated. I don't have me and Odie can't type that out that quick.
No. We don't have our whole crew didn't show up. Wait a minute.
It's just us.
Right. But Odie, you've been to some of these, haven't you?
Oh, yes, and I'm going to be at this one, too.
It's fun, isn't it?
So they are a blast.
Yeah,
they are good.
Am I not mistaken that there's like a board game that kind of revolves around this? That's a murder mystery type thing, a board game. Isn't there a game of some sort like that?
Clue?
Is that
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
Clue.
Yeah. Y'all hush. Making
You
fun
are
of me.
showing our age, but, I mean, yeah.
That was big back in the day. wasn't it?
Mrs. Peacock did that
Right.
in the library.
Well, no,
with
we've
the-
been saying that too. We've been talking about because we have 6 cast members and it's about as many characters are included.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like, oh, you're Mrs. White. Oh, you act more like Miss Peacock. Oh, and we'll kind of.
Well, you got your green on.
Yes, right. And we'll talk about I am Mr. Green, and we'll talk about we'll just talk about the similarities, which is it's really great when you have these murder mysteries that are so close to the classic whodunits. They just feel so nostalgic,
Right.
And it just feels so great to know kind of what you're going into, but still being surprised at so many different turns. So it's great. It
And
really
they haven't they like made like a made for movie television about this also? Didn't they make a
the Clue
Clue,
movie.
they had a movie, yeah.
I'm a little slow this
They
morning,
did.
but it's coming back to
That's
me.
all right. that's
Madeline
something.
Kahn was in it. I think Tim Curry was in it.
Now,
as well,
at the
I
dinner theater, as you were saying, it revolves around the guests. Do people that are eating, do they have parts in it? Do y'all interact with them and make them do things?
So during the dinner portion, the food portion, we stay in character and we go interact with you guys. And we can give you hints on who did it. You can ask us questions. You will be involved. There'll be ballots where you can guess who did it by the
Really?
end. Yes, so it is very interactive, and since it is set in a restaurant, you're already at your tables, you're already eating your food, so it's really like you went on this date night and then someone's murdered and they're not letting you out, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna experience this.
Odie, you've been to them before. Is it kind of like what's her name, Wheel of Fortune? If you solve the puzzle before they get to it, do you win a prize?
No.
No. Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
Everybody's got the same chance to make their decision and figure it out.
But it is fun to play along as things happen.
Oh, it is.
Absolutely, and it's a 3-course meal.
Because
We
you're
got-
taking notes the whole time.
Yeah,
We got tuna fish or we got barbecue?
I think we're doing
Green beans.
Green beans.
no green beans that I know of. I think we missed that.
And I
memo.
popped that on you out of nowhere about what the menu
No,
was
I
going
think
to be.
we're doing roasted chicken. I know we're doing mashed potatoes. I know we're doing
Oh, good
2
stuff
different
here.
kinds of salads. I think cheesecake possibly
Uh-huh.
for the dessert, but yeah.
Now, how many performances? Is it one show per night?
It's 1 per night, so it's 3. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all at 6:30.
And usually these things start selling out pretty quickly because they
yeah.
are
Oh,
popular.
yes. Yes, absolutely. I mean, these dinner theaters, since they have been doing them for so long, there's so many families that this is really a staple
Right.
at the MLT season for them.
Now,
So-
and let me ask this, because there's a lot of folks that are watching this going, what is dress attire? What do you wear to this? What type of, like, camouflage? What do you wear?
Well, we want you to represent yourself as comfortably as possible, but really it's more, I would say, on the Sunday best end of things.
Okay, so
You don't, it's not a black tie.
you're saying don't
or
act like you're at
anything.
Walmart.
Right.
Go ahead and
No
Unless that
jammer.
is your Sunday best, and therefore we are in no place to judge. This is the theater. We're all wearing costumes. Like,
Yeah, but
and
those
that's
ain't
okay.
costumes for some folks.
right? And that's okay. And that's okay. You should see some of the things that we wear.
But I am asked that a lot.
Yes.
What do you wear to this? It's not
Absolutely.
like you've got to go wear a tuxedo or anything like that.
Now
Absolutely.
they do have a night on, not on something like this, but they do have a night. Now you dress up, you come up there. This
Yep.
is black tie. If you don't want to participate, you pick another day. That's
Yep.
the way I feel about that on cruise ships and everything else. Where
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
have
that's our
that
first
night of
nighters
dining,
that we
but-
do.
Yeah.
So during the season, during our musicals and our straight plays, Thursday night is our first nighters, and you can get a special ticket to come and have your dinner that goes, a free dinner that goes with it, open bar, and dress up. And
Well, there you go.
I love to, and I'll just say this: I love to when this dinner theater happens because it's so close to Valentine's Day. So maybe if you're someone who didn't do so well
Yeah.
on Valentine's Day,
This be makeup.
this might be a
Yeah,
good.
So you had the ticket in advance.
Let's put her on the spot. Have you got a part in the play?
I do.
So what's your
yes.
character's name?
So, oh my goodness. Alexis Regent Middlefield Abernathy Gillicuddy. It's a whole, I have 5 I'm a widow 5 times over.
Really? I don't want to
Yes.
date
Well, I wonder what happened to 4 of them.
Right. And then also, let me just say, their deaths have nothing to do with the plot at all. You hear
you.
this.
Sound guilty, though.
You hear this.
Yeah.
No, really, I do. But how can I be guilty if I
Wait
sound
a
so
minute.
guilty?
Talk to us in character. Since you're an actress, I would think that you change your voice from time to time. Do you not?
Oh, I do. There's some lines. It's very Scarlett O'Hara.
Oh.
So,
Frankly, my dear.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm running around. I'm like, Daddy, please. I don't know. Rise from the ashes. Like, it's very drawn out, very old Southern. Because we had this conversation, and we were like, well, where is it set? And we were like, well, we need these people to, feel familiar with it. So we're going to set it. We're going to set it here.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Looking forward to it. So, again, give us a telephone number to call.
So that's 601-482-6371.
Right there. Give them a call there. It's coming up, the Dinner Theater. You don't want to miss out. Meridian Little Theater. Boy, it's going to be fun. We hope you can make it. A lot of folks work hard there to make this happen each and every year. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Miss Rachel Thagard telling us
Yes.
all about what happens at the Meridian Little Theater. We do hope you can make it out for that. We'll be right back as we get this morning underway.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinara Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And there was a little thing called the election yesterday.
Oh, yeah. And I hope everybody wins.
It was, I've heard, I bumped into people and say, you're going to vote? And they go, going where?
I had
You
somebody
factor in spring break, and now I saw on a state level they were saying that it was good. I'm not 100% sure on Lauderdale County. Let's look at these numbers. We got this from Donna Gill. These are the numbers that have rolled in that we'll see here. Ty Perkins wins with 1,700 on the Democratic side. Joe Biden walked away with a win in Lauderdale County since there was only 11 write-ins. He got 2,200 votes. As you go down this, Trump walks away. 5,700 votes were cast for Trump, and he wins it for the state, and so does Biden. Now, as we get down here to Roger Whittaker's race, that was a big talked about race. Whittaker wins it for Lauderdale County and the state of Mississippi. 3,900 were cast for him, and roughly 1,000 for each other candidate were cast in the election for Senate. And that's the way it's going to turn out there. Whittaker will represent against the Democrat Perkins come fall.
So that's 2 Democrats running against each other.
That's what I hear. That's exactly what I hear.
Yep.
I really liked, if you went out, Dan sounded really good. Seemed like a real knowledgeable guy. I went to a thing at Weidman's, and he made a lot of sense. I enjoyed talking with him.
Yeah, actual Republican running on the Republican ticket.
Imagine that.
And Whitaker is a Republican wannabe who should be on the Democrat ticket.
There's a lot of people that say that. It certainly is.
Of course, these are voties only.
Yep. The votes have been cast, and that's what we have as we look at this. So it's a rematch in the fall of Biden and Trump. What will happen? We'll wait. Can y'all believe? And this clinches the nomination for both of them. After last night, as the tallies came in, it was enough to say you are the nominee, and Trump, you are the nominee. And that is what has happened.
And so here, President Trump was the president. And he has the power to say, these papers here, these reports are unclassified. And can take them with him. And he did. Boy, did that stir everybody over there, and they're trying to get him for taking
Classified documents.
classified documents and all that. There's a report that came out with Biden that said when he was just vice president, who does not hold the power to declassify, and was no longer even in the office, they've got video or audio recording of his phone call where he said, "Hey, look, I just found a bunch of classified documents, and I'm going to sit here and talk to you about them."
Well,
He
did
started
you-
talking to people.
Well, the writer of one of the books of his
ghostwriter.
biography, he read the documents out loud.
Yeah, and gave him, and they said, well, so listen now. They're saying that because of his mental capacity,
Oh, I see where you're going.
that he may not be able to remember him doing that, and it may not be real good to hold him accountable since he cannot
But
mentally be capable
Let me give you
to
the
remember.
but. If they say that, then are you capable of being president? Doesn't that?
So
is that-
that's what so this guy came out and says, well, he never said he was too incompetent to stand for president, but he's too incompetent to stand trial for holding classified information and proof, 100% proof that he was giving that to someone who is in the media. But he never said that, so he can't run for president. I'm telling you, this Democrat Party,
It is a thin line there of what's right and wrong for each side, isn't it?
it really is. And that shows you how scared they are. They are doing everything they can to protect this guy. Biden is not your friend.
I'm afraid. I there was a lot of talk that he would be replaced. I don't think he's going to be replaced at this
No,
point.
he's not going to be
He's going to
replaced.
remain on that ticket all the way through. So we'll watch it carefully. Hey, something else I wanted to bring up that happened locally the other night, and you and I were somewhere, and somebody told me that somebody had fell in a manhole last week, like fell off in one.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, and then the night of the shooting that happened up behind the old behind break time. The apartments.
Village apartment.
Right. I was down there, and I went to leave, and there was a manhole open there. And I went, woof, and I drove around it. And this happened the other night on Poplar Springs Drive. I meant to mention this yesterday. Y'all just pay attention. I don't know if someone's opening them or what it was, but we had a car accident, transmission taken out of this car. And as you can see, I believe this is where the airbag went off and busted the windshield. But it took out the transmission of the car. It was partly sticking up in the roadway, and the car hit it. So just keep your eyes peeled as you're driving around. I don't know if it was by accident or if someone done that on purpose. I have no answer for it. But something to keep in mind as you're out and about. And how many of us have you been talking on your phone walking and you could whoop down in one?
Well, let me say that no one fell in one. I don't know if they called and wanted to use that to say,
So that
hey,
didn't
get somebody-
happen?
But there was nobody in the manhole. He didn't fall in the manhole.
Okay.
Wasn't near a manhole. But talking about a hole in the ground, Lauderdale Toomsuba Road today is going to be closed.
Oh, it sure is. Let's go back over here and I can show you a picture here. This is why it's going to be closed.
And if they don't hurry up and do something before this rain comes at the end of the week, it may be closed a little longer. So they're going to dig that up today. That's in between the two entrance exits in Dalewood. So just be prepared that road's going to be closed all day long while they replace that culvert.
So, take another round around all of that.
Yeah.
That some big news there happening today. Let's see here what else has happened here in Lauderdale County. I had this sent in yesterday. You want to talk about good-looking pictures as you look up at the sky? Look at this one here, Odie. We had a lot of pictures sent in.
Tell me God can't paint.
Yeah, boy, he paints them every day. I certainly like all those. Let's see here. Overnight, we had a massive power outage on 8th Street. And I say massive. Well, a car was involved in an accident and the power went off. This would be right down here as we pull this up near AutoZone. Here's AutoZone there. Right there at 8th Street and 38th Avenue is where all of that happened last night as the power and This was for at least an hour, hour and a half as they repaired the pole and got that back up. Now, it was just minor injuries in the accident, but still kind of scary there.
Oh, yeah.
As we do that. All right, we're going to be right back in just a moment as we'll get into this day in history and a whole lot more. Make sure to get your birthdays and anniversaries into us.
Let us know, because Miss Joyce Snowden Godwin, 83 years old today.
You're kidding me.
Happy birthday. Known her for a long time.
Well, hope it's a big one there for you. Lots of candles there. Tammy, take care of it. We'll be right back.
Spring is finally here, and at Paris Kubota, we currently have just under 500 mowers in stock. Z-Series 42-inch for only $43.99 cash, or around $86 a month, and we're offering free delivery and pickup. And did you know for only $4 a month, you can also add a Husqvarna handheld to your deal? We've moved to our new location, 2401 Jimmy Rogers Parkway. Stop by in and find you one of these great deals.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. Already 7:30.
Golly. Yeah. Boy, this day's moving. Hump day.
It is.
Humping right on along.
It is. Again, join us this afternoon, or this morning, rather, at 11 o'clock. We're going to bring you a live broadcast from the Sheriff's Department as there's going to be a press conference. We'll find out what it's all about with the Sheriff coming up at 11 o'clock. Be here. We'll go live with that to carry that newscast for you to let you know what everything's going on. Find out there's been some arrests. I do know that. And we'll find out from the sheriff what's going on. Ward Calhoun will be all over it. Wow. As we start rolling back things that happened on this date, I have to say, of all the movies I've ever watched, it was cute. John Travolta played an incredible part of being somebody that was a city boy that was trying to be a bad boy. Is that the best way to word it?
That's it.
And this guy that played this particular part in Wild Hogs was funny. He was the nerd of the group.
I think so, yeah.
William Macy was born on this date. You'll remember him right there. He drove him a hog also. And Tim, well, they all played the part very good.
They did. He got a tire tool under his arm.
He sure did. That was a good show. I enjoyed it. And of course, they burned down the biker bar at the end of the show. And
it was a funny one.
What was the guy that done the reveal of the beer joint when they rebuilt it? You know, one of them home shows. He was real popular at the time that the movie was made.
Yeah, he still got a little show out there. He was like one of the first
Pennington? Ty Pennington? Is that right?
Yeah. I think that was it.
Yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. This woman, I don't think I've ever understood a single word she's ever said in her life.
I hadn't either.
Because I'm not real sure she can speak English. She may or may not, but she's different.
Yeah, she is different.
Charo. She's got a whole name that I can't pronounce, but she's better known as Charo, born in 1948.
Yeah, I don't even know what she does, because when I see her,
no one's ever
keep going.
A lot of folks would never even know what her face looks like. They've never gotten that high. Just pointing that point out.
And that's not from that legal stuff, is it?
No. 1956. This was a great show. I don't know if everybody's seen this. I'm a Western. I love them. There's always the good guy, the bad guy, and John Wayne was always one of my favorites. Well, today is the day it hit theaters. It was released. As we go back for The Searchers. You remember that?
Oh, man.
Where they looked for the little girl all through it?
John Wayne.
Man.
All of his stuff. Yeah.
He was just a man's man. And you can't beat that. And there's nothing wrong with being a man's man. I want the world to know that. Nothing at all. As we go back to 65, this was one of their first hits. The Statler Brothers.
The Statler Brothers.
Counting flowers on the wall. That don't bother me at all. And then was it smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo?
Now that tune is going to be stuck in my head.
They had that in Pulp Fiction. They used that.
Yeah.
But boy, that's hard to believe that was 65. I doubt that song will ever be remade by anybody else. It's just their song, the best I see it. 1970, I watched this as a kid. I will never, and why it stuck with me, I never know. But at the tail end where he hits the bulldozer, that's what always.
Oh, yeah.
You remember this? Vanishing Point was released on this date. He took that Dodge Challenger right up to the end with the bulldozers.
Wow.
Why he didn't just go, I give up, I don't know.
Yeah. Man,
But that was a big movie in the 70s. Along with that other weird show I watched, it had something to do with Boogeyman. They were, and you tell me to where they were driving across the country in a motorhome, and it was all these bad people after them. I'm not giving you enough details on that. Yeah, I'll tell you later, and we'll see if we can solve the mystery of what it was.
Jeepers Creepers.
It was just weird. It was bad people that put up roadblocks and try to jump in the motorhome, and anyway.
Oh, is that set in the wild days?
It was very wild. Anyway,
people in leather and all that stuff, like Mad Max.
1979, this would happen. She never wore anything but a muumuu. Muumuus have never done much for me.
Mr. Roper didn't like them either.
It premiered. They got their own show there for a little while. It didn't last all that long. You would have thought that show would have made it. But they were a part of Three's Company. And who done the part better, Don Knotts, or was it this guy?
I think this guy.
He was the original, wasn't he?
He was. And, I mean, I like Don Knotts. And everything he's been in is funny. And he did a good job. But I like this one. It was a good movie. Or a good show.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, they were cameos. They didn't have the whole show. They interacted with John and
small
the girls.
parts.
Yeah. But it was a good show. It was funny.
All right, my TV show has been The Mystery is Over. This was it. The name of that movie I talked about was Running from the Devil, and it was it.
Oh.
It was some bad folks after them people in that motorhome.
And off they were going.
I don't know why. I wasn't more than 4 years old when I saw that. And it stuck with me all these years.
You still remember it.
I do. As we go back to... Now, Bill Anderson wrote this next song I'm going to tell you about. It was 1972, and, well, there's nothing worse than gossip. And we all know that it exists. And there is always somebody up in the church that likes to gossip a little bit more than everybody else. And maybe you bump into that person in a place where neither one of you ought to be. Well, had to happen to Bill Anderson because Cal Smith took it to number one with this, and well, the Lord knows I'm drinking, and he don't need your loudmouth informing the town. I love this song.
It is a good song.
Of all the things that have been written and recorded, it just really describes how she thinks she's somebody, and he goes, yep, she's with me, and yep, that's my glass. And he just lays it out there. I love it. If you've never heard it, look it up today. The Lord knows I'm drinking.
In other words, he's saying, stay in your lane and mind your own business.
He tells her at the end, he said, if you act right, I'll put in a good word for you later tonight when I talk to him.
That's right.
1981. Boy, this was strong.
Wow.
Dolly Parton, of course, made her way to our area not long ago to Marty Stewart's house.
Woo, yes, she did.
It was 81. And you have to imagine that she wrote this for Carl being her husband, as she was the breadwinner of the family, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
And she had to get on that tour bus and leave for probably months at a time. And the name of the song that went number one was But You Know That I Love You. Woo! Strong stuff there, Odie.
Yeah. You know it can't be easy. You get on the bus and go, and you're out, and...
That's right. As a matter of fact,
months at a time.
We'll ask our guest tomorrow, Scott McQuaid, coming back in. He did that for quite a while.
He did that.
And he can tell us a little bit more of that. It's got to be rough.
You know, I know how it is when you get on board ship in the U.S. Navy and you're gone for 6-7 months. You're all the way across the world.
Yep. maybe you get a phone call, and I did that traveling.
We didn't have phones back then. Not
Y'all done
these
good
that
to
you
have
towed
us.
around with us. We had to go to the payphone and pay the charges. You know, you had the AT&T long distance credit card.
Yeah.
I ain't no telling how much I paid them folks. Call from Europe, you know. Yeah.
Kind of like being in jail. What it cost you?
Oh yeah.
Kind of
Yeah,
expensive. Not that we
Marriott.
know anything about that.
The Marriott's got that going on where they're actually making money, bukus of money sitting there from the people at the Marriott making phone calls.
It gives money back to the jail.
Yeah.
It was 1982, and she always looked great in this show. We thought she should have a bigger part than she did.
I do
As we
too.
remember T.J. Hooker.
I think she was the only reason I watched this.
Yeah,
show.
because he was.
Yeah.
Am I right? And I know there's a lot of people that love this man that he played in Star Trek, but I've always taken him as being a pompous, and I won't use that other word.
That's the way he comes across, and he's dry. To me, he's
just-
dry. And of course, I don't watch. I hope I don't make all y'all mad. I didn't watch the Star Trek.
No, me either, nor will I ever.
No, so
But he just.
I didn't have a
He isn't
connection.
somebody I want to go have lunch with. Is that a
No.
good way to put it?
Yeah, it's a good
He's
way
not
to
lunch
put it.
approved with our bunch.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't fit in with.
But let's just take a moment and take a look at her picture one more time.
Now she could come to life.
Heather Locklear.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel better now. I don't know about you.
Ta-da!
Let's go back. This song has probably been quoted more than any other than George Strait has ever done because, well, he had something they wanted. And he was
That's it.
really good at selling it, too, wasn't he?
He could do it.
Oceanfront Property went number one on this day back in 87. Love that song.
I'd like to buy some land in Nevada and hope that it becomes oceanfront property one day.
It might. You never know. I have never watched this one. I've always heard that it was really good.
I did watch it. That was.
Did
way
you like
back. Yeah, as far as I can remember, I did.
Raising Arizona. Has anybody ever
Yeah.
seen it? But I've just heard so much of, hey, you ought to watch it.
It is funny. And that,
Never known what it's really about.
Well, the kid's name is, that little baby is Arizona.
Okay.
And golly, I can't remember it.
Been a while, huh?
It's been, yeah.
All right. Let's see here. 1999. That's not right. Whatever that is, that's not correct.
19 weeks.
Yeah, I give up on that.
We'll worry about that one
2014. Well, let's go to something we do know. I like the show, especially the first two that they made were really good.
And then it just got way out there. Y'all
It
come
did.
on now. I mean, it's already enough for us to think about Captain America, Spider-Man, all this stuff. But when they start going out into outer space to
Yeah.
fight these big metal worms and all that, y'all have carried it way too far.
Took it too far for me. The Winter Soldier, all that was really good because you could really believe that he could protect America that way.
Yes.
And then we find out that he's a gun activist, and then you know, if you're that, please don't take
Put that
part.
gun down. Yeah, because
Seriously, if you want to,
believe.
if you believe in that so much, never take a part that supports it.
Yeah.
The rest of America will be okay with that.
It won't bother us a bit. Because I promise there's somebody else out there can do just as good a job.
Sir Rod Stewart. Let's go back to 2022. You want to talk about a man that goes, you need to do this, and then they don't. Well, he takes it into his own hands.
Well, I'll do it. I'm tired of it.
He went out and fixed the pothole there on the street that he lived on.
Oh, I love it.
You got to love old Rod Stewart. He, you know, they tried to sue him for whooping somebody at a parking lot. They ended up settling out of court. Rod just didn't like what he saw and took him out.
Well, it is what it is.
It is. Old Rod Stewart. Boy, it has been forever. What was that, like 70 or 71 that Maggie May it come out? Wasn't that about what year it was?
Maggie May. I can't remember.
You don't remember Maggie May or the year?
The year.
Okay. Whew.
I'm trying.
He had me worried there, folks. If you're watching and don't know Maggie May, and in as country as I am, I know Maggie May. Please look that up.
So Austin said, so it's based on a comic book.
Okay.
The space thing got you, but the green one guy was okay.
Which
All
green
right.
guy?
So the original Hulk
On TV.
on TV, Okay.
I can see some chemicals getting spilled.
Yeah.
You turning green there.
But this dude getting 40 foot tall and everything, no, that was stupid too.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
Yeah, it's
the
comic
actual
book,
the Hulk movie was horrible.
It was horrible.
It was bad. I mean, just really bad.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But the original one with what's his name that played in it?
Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby.
Bill Bixby.
That
was okay.
You could kind of
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he bumped up. He didn't get 22 feet tall.
I mean, and again, the people that I look up to that are in movies, your Clint Eastwood. Boy, I like that. John Wayne. They're heroes of mine. I love Denzel Washington. He always plays a part that I understand is realistic.
I love him. He is an awesome one.
But in today's world, the new actors, I don't see that type person anymore. They're just not, Sylvester Stallone, boy, he's been a role model along here.
Same with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I'm not as much on Arnold.
Not as big as Rocky.
He didn't play the part as good to me.
No, but
I didn't understand him.
That took a little bit.
But he hadn't done anything I know what you mean by that.
Yeah, he was, and they were clean. They were cleaner than what we see now. Of course, everything back then was.
But I guess a lot of mine have always been, is cowboys. Boy, cowboys are they're my heroes. They just save the day. That's my thoughts there.
What was they just remade this a few years ago. It's about a posse that went out to look for the little girl hired a posse.
True Grit.
True Grit.
True Grit.
Oh,
was the remake
the original, and the remake was good.
I didn't watch the remake.
The remake was good, but I loved True Grit. Yeah,
always a good one out there. Did you ever watch Lust in the Dust?
I don't recall it by name.
And what was the one to where Gene Hackman was in, where they met in the street every day at high noon and had the shootouts?
Yeah,
it was interesting. It was interesting there.
Did you know back in like 1908, in the Olympics, they used a chalk bullet, kind of like what we call nowadays bullet, kind of like what we call sim training today, where we actually use our guns, and you go do training, and you're shooting, and it's just a wad with some chalk on the end. If it hits you, it leaves a mark. It leaves a mark for sure, because it hurts.
Stings, kind of like pellet gun paint guns.
Yeah, but I mean, it's bad. But you get used to it. The Quick and the Dead. Yeah,
that was that movie. Yeah.
Did you know that walking 10 paces out and turning around and shooting was an Olympic sport?
I did not know that.
Early 1900s.
Well, we're going to let you go test that theory there later today there. I don't think I want to sign up for that one.
All you got to do is dodge the bullet and you won't get hit.
And it brings to mind of just good, wholesome family shows. Go back and watch Silverado. Boy, what a Western that was.
Yes.
Hey, we want to look at this. Jeff Tate's been busy this week as he was over at the Capitol there. He held that's his girls. They went with him.
I mean, show them what goes on and where our laws are made and what takes place. That's pretty cool.
We'll be right back. Scotty Ray at Odie. The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler, a Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles, a GMC Denali, or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low mileage cars and trucks.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Talking about good names and people that stand behind what they do, Chet's Paint and Body is there for you. If you've had a fender bender lately, maybe it just needs a paint job. You got a chip or something went on. Chet can do that for you there. They're located in the Curve on Highway 495 where they take care of business every day. Drop in and see them from a fender bender to something major like that. We'd have to have instructions to put that back together, wouldn't we?
I wouldn't know. I'd say, sir, here's some more parts. We don't know where they came from. I'm glad Chet's doing it because that way I don't have to. And
they do it every day. They take care of you. Quick look inside the shop there of what they do. Chet's Paint Body, from a classic to a fender bender, they do that every day, as I said. 737-2961. Free estimates, doesn't cost anything.
No, we're talking about from a show car to an everyday drive car.
They put a stethoscope on my Lincoln not long ago.
Made sure it was working on it.
Yeah, it had issues. As we look back on that, Open Range, that was a good Western, too.
That was a good Western, rawhide.
I always like that
Oh,
there.
we got some people out there that like it, too, yeah. And Rusty helped me out. Those were wax bullets.
Wax bullets.
That they were using. But, yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm going to let you enter that sport there. I'm going to hang off on that. And you got to be careful of those people that take that rod and... What do you call that sport?
A javelin?
Yeah, I ain't doing that either. 'Cause there's some people that don't have good aim.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the one going, okay, if you throw it down here, I'll mark it.
Nope, not for me. We had an accident yesterday, probably the most serious accident we had in the city yesterday, as we go here right behind the doors to Fire Station Number 1. Met a bunch of people I knew there. Parked right there. He was right by your office, as a matter of fact.
They're right across the street.
As we go here, this was right here at the street corner here. We had one car damaged here. And let's see here. That's a good angle of the car. And then here's the second car. Quentin had to come on out and pull it up on the trailer there.
Ooh.
Pretty serious there. Minor injuries. Some folks had to be taken to be looked at over that. But
prayers go out to y'all.
Absolutely there. And had the street momentarily blocked there as they did cleanup on this.
Italian one termite.
Yep. A lot of folks, as I said, turned out for that, and everybody ended up being okay. Big thank you to these guys. Y'all just don't realize what they do day in, day out.
They work, they put the hours in. Meridian is blessed to have a fire department at the caliber that they do.
Now, I made a suggestion yesterday to Odie, and Odie didn't pick up on my... And I was just going to point to... See these shorts?
Get me some.
Odie had on this shirt yesterday that looked like, what's his face, Steve Irwin. all he lacked was the shorts, and he would have been it.
And that little hat. And also, can't you see that little thing over there?
He looked just like him.
I like that shirt. It was a pretty cool shirt. It was.
Guess you'd have had to be there, but it was hilarious. I do hate everybody missed out on that there.
We had a good time.
Well, let's see here. The Mississippi University quarterback, son of the speaker, arrested during a spring break trip. What's happened here? Let's see here. Quarterback at the University of Southern Mississippi found himself in trouble with Florida police. Spring break thing kind of got out of hand down in Okaloosa County there. John Herbert White of Madison was identified as the spring breaker.
Our coroner said, out of everything that was mentioned, no one's mentioned Tombstone.
Oh.
Well, she's right.
That did slip my mind there. And there was two of those that came out, one with Kurt Russell and the other one.
Oh, yeah.
But what's his, Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer.
I'll be your Huckleberry. That was that was a line.
Yeah. That stuck with it.
And I just really wish they would put somebody in Hollywood that understood what people really want.
Well, they were educated in this system that we see coming up. And what's going on in Hollywood and the thoughts, y'all think that's scary? That's not scary. These people are going to be our dadgum leaders.
That is coming. Oh, you know what? If I could pick a movie, and if they'd done it right, I don't want it done wrong, but I would love to see a big screen remake of this, and they finally hook up and get married.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Gunsmoke.
Guns.
Would Matt Dillon finally taking her to be his bride? Wouldn't that be cool?
Or at least just kiss her.
Yeah.
Because he never even kissed her.
Bless his heart. So in the big movie, would you have Newley, or would you have Dennis Weaver, or would you have, what's his face? Festus. Which one would be the part? Of course, you got Doc Holliday there.
Yeah. Festus.
You'd go with Festus?
Yeah.
Newley done a really... Dennis Weaver, I like him, but they just never really fit to me. The other two were always better.
Yeah,
You had Burt
I had to
Reynolds.
go with Festus. Oh, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, did he play...
Who did he play?
the blacksmith. Wasn't that the same? Wasn't that on Gunsmoke that he played that? If I'm not mistaken, he did. Get a lot of
May have
Festus's being
Yeah.
brought up there. But that's the way I remember it.
Yep.
And that would make a great movie if it were done right. It would be horrible if they did it like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, do not mess it up. Oh.
So that's what we've got shaking.
Well, you're
there.
not so. Do we have anything since they brought up USM? We got anything on Mississippi State?
We're working on that. There's a story. I've got to get the rest of the story of some stuff that
Stay
is
tuned.
shaking up at Mississippi State. I've got half of it. I hadn't got it all yet.
We'll get the whole thing.
Yeah. I see where some Philadelphia police officers delivered a baby.
Oh.
Have mercy there. Congratulations to them.
I'm like, you couldn't have got to the hospital?
I'm going to have to go. We're waiting on an ambulance. And I don't mean anything. I couldn't do it. I'm here. There is no way.
We go through the training.
Oh, ain't no training for me. I went through
weird.
it twice with Angie, and it was
What old Bill Crosby say? He said, you put on that catcher's mitt.
No, sir. I stayed at the other end up there, and I held a hand. And I stared at the wall. I don't never want to go back through that again.
Oh, she squeeze that hand.
Back in the day, they wouldn't allow men in there. And today, it should be the same way. You ain't allowed in there. Stay out there in the waiting room. That's the way it ought to be, and I've done said my piece.
Oh, when my daughter gave birth, there was 20 of us in that room. And got to see my grandson.
20 people in a delivery room?
Yeah, of course.
What y'all do, have a party?
We did. Dr. Nelson says, golly, of course, that's been 14 years ago. Said, y'all just had a whole crew.
Did y'all sell tickets?
We could have. I've got the picture where we're all standing there, but yeah.
Well, I think some things ought to be private with the mother and the doctor only, and that's one of them. And I feel pretty strong about that. Really strong about that. Scotty Ray and Odie, we'll be right back. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Backcountry RV is your trusted RV dealer. Come see the big changes to their location on the 45 bypass. Not only will you find a great selection of RVs, but now you have a more convenient location for all your service and parts needs. Ask about rebates and specials. Backcountry RV is your local authorized Jayco dealer. You can feel the difference in a Jayco. Your trusted RV dealer in this area. Backcountry RV. Exit 157A off I-20 on the 45 bypass.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Welcome back. I don't know if you're aware of this, Odie, but a lot of these crimes, you've seen this on TV to where flash mob runs into a store, busts the glass, steals all these purses. Well, a millionaire is involved in this, and they're calling her the Queen Pin. They have raided her California mansion. She was 53 years old as we look at this story there. Over $8 million worth of cosmetics and designer clothes have been stolen. They would steal them, and then she was reselling them online on Amazon and places like that. Here she is in cuffs as they take her out there.
Oh.
Here's the pictures of them of what they've been doing there. There's people that just don't want to earn an honest living.
I say,
but she was
out there hoeing up gardens.
But she was wealthy. She didn't need to do this. It goes back to, well, the word is greed. There's no other way to word it, is it?
I know somebody out there is going, it's a mental illness. Well, tough.
Here's something to think on here, and this ought not happen. Whether it's 1986 or 1982, I'm not sure which it is that doesn't. I know my 86 doesn't have one, but cars with computers. Yeah. Here's what is going on. Oh, they're fancy and they got all this great stuff. They're wonderful, but they're taking the driving habits of you and now selling them to insurance companies, them which go up on your rates by your driving habits. It's like the scene of a wreck where they want to connect to your black box, but they're getting it instantly nowadays with the computers that are attached to the cars. And then your insurance rising because you didn't brake, you were speeding, and they're watching your habits. I don't think that's a problem with that. I don't think that's right. Now, I don't know which all insurance companies partake of this, but that's the talk of what's...
time to change insurance companies. Carl says, Nick Saban is exposing what all the college portal transfer is going to do to college football. It's going to tear it apart. Let me tell you, I hope my wife isn't watching. What Nick Saban's done has not been the best thing for college football.
I'm at a loss here. What are we talking about?
Now they can go to Alabama. Oh, I'm going to sign with Alabama. And then Nick says, you're good, but you're not my good. So you sit over there on that bench for a year, and if I need you, I'll call you. And they say, oh, well, I'm just going to transfer and go to another school. Used to it wasn't that easy. You lost a year, and you couldn't just go play. And now they can go back and forth between teams if they want to. When you've got a 5-star athlete, and you tell him, say, look, I'm fixing to get you a brand new car. You're in college. I can't pay you any money, but here's you a brand new car. Now, if you go big and make it NFL, you owe me for the car, but if you don't owe me nothing. I got a problem with that. But here's my thing. If you say I'm going to Ole Miss and I'm going to sign with Ole Miss, that's where your butt's at for 4 years. If I'm going to Alabama and I sign with Alabama, that's where your butt goes for 4 years. I don't believe in all that college transfer. If you really want to get me going, if Mississippi tax dollars is paying your college education, then you need to be from Mississippi. If Alabama's taxes is paying your school, you need to be from Alabama. I
don't know enough about that. What you're saying is,
why are our tax dollars to run Ole Miss paying from somebody from Missouri to come down here and play football?
Because they want to make the money off of the television rights.
We need to go back to education. Y'all see what shape our country's in? We need to focus on education. There ain't but that many people that can come out and go to NFL. Football ain't doing it for these folks. And they're destroying our country. We need to get back to education and teaching people and quit sports is going to run everything. No, it ain't.
And then when you get to the education side, we have those that, really aren't educated themselves who are educating and brainwashing your children. That is happening all across America.
But y'all worried about football. Keep going. Woo, I think I got on a sticker because today, 40 years old, is April Heyman.
All right, let's give away a coffee mug
Let's
there.
give us away a coffee mug. Get me off them subjects.
And who's our winner today? Oh, he's got to hit the button. Odie's at a loss for words there.
Look.
What's that? It ain't working, is it?
It's getting there. All right.
Okay, here we go.
I'm learning this thing. April Hyman. Boy, I like
April who?
Is that it? Heyman.
Okay.
40 years old, winner, chicken dinner of the Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray report mug. All you got to do is go by Hyundai of Meridian, Highway 39, big silver building.
They'll take care of you there.
They'll get you fixed. Look at a car while you're there. Look at something new they've got. Great deals going on. So go check them out and enjoy your cup tomorrow morning while you watch Scotty Ray and Odie drinking your coffee.
All right, we're at the end of our time today, and we want to say thank you for coming by and being a part of this. As always, we want to thank the man upstairs that takes care of us.
You know, if it wasn't for him, he has definitely kept his hands on me. And John 14:6, Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to me to the Father except through me. He's the one that you need to have in your heart and ask him to forgive you and join you in this life so you can have everlasting life. Thank you. We'll see you in about 23 hours from now. Until then, have a wonderful day. We love you.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.